The following video takes place at a consulting firm called Workforce Human Capital. Workforce Human Capital is made up of 35 employees and is located in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. It is interested in expanding its client base by entering new industries. In this video, you will meet one of their consulting teams. The team you will observe is working on one of their many projects. This project takes place over a few months. The team members include Mark, the supervisor, Christina, an experienced consultant, Robert, a recently hired consultant, and Nathan, who is Mark's administrative assistant.
Hi.
Good morning.
All right, everyone. Good morning. I've called you in here today to discuss our newest client. It's Choice Auto Advantage. They're a medium-sized car dealership with roughly 150 employees, and they're looking to expand. What they want us to do is to develop a rater training program for their performance management systems. Now, after we've developed the rater training program, they want us to pilot test it in one of their 3 locations. My goal for you is to develop the bare bones for the training by January. If we meet with the client, determine their training needs, and have a good outline by the end of Choice Auto Advantage's first quarter, you will probably see a bump in your quarterly bonus. They're a financially sound business, and they're willing to contract with us if we can meet their needs. So I think we can exceed those. And I think that that's doable with the current pricing. I'm going to send you all the client information later this afternoon. Christina, I'm giving you the lead on this project. You've done really well with developing some similar performance management systems for other industries, so why not have a crack at a new one?
Sounds good. I'll be sure to get in contact with Janice later this week and we can move forward.
All right. So you let me know when the team has a solid set of training objectives, and we'll schedule a meeting to talk about next steps. Any questions?
No?
Sounds good.
Well, it's only Monday, and it's been a long week already. How was your weekend? How was the festival Friday night? Did the kids enjoy the fireworks?
Oh, the kids loved it. The whole thing was a lot of fun. Thanks for letting me know it was going on. I had no idea.
Oh, great. Christina, Robert, how are you doing today?
Good, thank you.
Good, good. All right, well, let's get started. Christina, can you kick us off with the updates?
Absolutely. Well, since the last time we spoke, we held a couple of meetings with Auto Advantage. We were relieved to find they've already completed a needs assessment, which would have been step 1 for us. Based on the results, Janice sketched out a revision of the system to focus more on behaviors. In the past, it was focused more on the outcomes. We also had a little brainstorming focus group with a few of the managers. It's clear that the change is going to be difficult.
I spoke with one of the managers there, Bill, and he expressed some concerns about the new system. In the past, the sales team's bonuses was based solely on the number of cars sold. Now, that's not unusual in car sales, and it can be seen in their performance reports, but I mentioned there might be other things to consider. Now, I told Bill I'd look into it, but I didn't give any details at the time. It's the sort of thing that should be brought up in additional training. They need our help in understanding performance as more than just the number of cars sold, even though that's their biggest thing.
So give me a brief outline of what you intend to cover in the training. I'm very interested in how you intend to address Bill's concerns.
Sure. We plan to go over the new appraisal form, make them aware of rater bias, provide behavioral examples, and stress why focusing on behaviors as opposed to only outcomes will help them reach those outcomes strategically. Some days are known to be busier than others. So the days of the week somebody works pretty much determines the number of cars that they sell. So the seniors sell as agents, get the prime times, and the junior ones get the leftovers. We're losing junior salespeople because of it.
Well, it looks like you have a great start on this. So work on gathering and creating the materials. Christina, be sure to keep the client updated as we move forward. And we'll meet here soon to discuss the logistics of the training.
Thanks, Robert. for getting the materials from Bill so quickly.
Of course. Mark gave us some training forms and a presentation that we had used in the past with a company of similar size. We can use that as a good starting point and reference. I'm really glad he gave us those so that we can just get things rolling.
Hey team, what did we come up with? Were the materials you got from Auto Advantage helpful?
Oh yeah, we developed a solid first draft. Now, we're going to do this in 3 training sessions. The first session will be about diagnosing their problem. We'll take a look at the current system as well as the new system. The second session will cover the rater training and develop tips to avoid biases, focus on and identify behaviors. And our third session will just be a follow-up just to see how things are going. We integrated the past performance appraisal rating sheet and the new sheet, and that should help the managers understand what they'll need to learn.
We emphasize taking a more proactive approach in observing and rating behaviors above and beyond making a sale. And we focused on common rated biases, especially those for the industry. Pros of the new system and how they can be used to facilitate manager and employee buy-in are also listed.
Overall, what do you think?
I think this is a decent first draft. I would change the order up a little bit so that the pros come a little earlier in the presentation. And we'll need to provide them with a few simple but critical numbers from the recent auto sales industry survey just to convince them. That way the managers can get engaged before we start throwing a lot of information at them. But after some tweaking, I'm sure our team will make a very effective presentation.
Other than order, do you have any further suggestions? Are we missing any components?
Well, just at a first glance over the presentation, I suggest being careful with the wording when explaining things to the managers. We need to be tactful so they don't feel like we're talking down to them or sound like we're assuming that they're going to make mistakes. Another typical mistake I see in a lot of training is using jargon that most of the managers probably won't understand. So by keeping the wording clear and appropriate, we can walk that line of being informative yet engaging. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, we do. Thanks for the help.
My door's always open if you have any additional questions. I look forward to seeing the final draft at our next meeting.
What do you think of the tweaks we made in the presentation?
Sorry, I don't see the edits I suggested from the last draft. Did you work on this at all? We've got to get this to Janice by the end of the week for review. I expect an updated version to me by tomorrow. I've got to take this. You two work it out.
What was that? He didn't seem like himself today.
How does he expect us to fix anything if he won't give us real feedback? All he said was to change it. Change what? We changed the order, we showed simple data, we even put in some really great visuals to go with them.
How does he expect us to have it all done by tomorrow? The last edits took us a week. Okay, Mark, here are the latest revisions.
Thanks. I'll look this over and let you know if anything else is necessary. All right, so let's get started. For now, let's talk logistics. Nathan?
All right, well, first things first, what's everyone's availability? Looking through the emails with Janice, they want us to start in 3 weeks. So does anybody have a time conflict with holding the trainings in 3 weeks from now?
I'm good with leading the trainings 4 weeks from now.
Nope, my calendar's free. Christina, why 4 weeks?
I actually have that week off for vacation. I put in for it over a month ago. Okay. Well, that's alright. It's the way it goes if we want to keep this client. I'm good with leading all 3 sessions the week they want. Mark wants it done then too, and he's been very supportive of me.
Why would you give up a vacation for this? Can't they wait?
Well, what do you want me to do? This is a great opportunity for us to break into the industry.
Why don't we try to think through some options to fix this? Nathan's right. I wouldn't want to ruin Christina's plans, and I did agree to her vacation request well after this project had started. I don't think that a couple of weeks will matter that much.
Why don't we ask Janice if we can hold the trainings during their weekly manager meetings and split the meetings over 3 weeks? It would probably be better than holding 3 different sessions in one day. I'm not sure they realize that would cut into their productivity for the whole day otherwise.
You're probably right. I should have thought of that. Sorry about that. Christina, would you be able to hold the first training session the week after your vacation?
Yeah, I'll be back to work that Monday. We've been working so much on this, I'm sure I won't forget anything.
That sounds reasonable. Nathan, can you email Janice and see if spreading the training out over 3 weeks works for them? So, everybody, let's hope that we have the green light from Janice to hold the meetings those 3 weeks across 3 weeks. Sound good? Okay, everyone, let's discuss how we think the 3 training sessions went.
Overall, the 3 sessions went well. We had a few glitches during the first one, but we were able to recover. During that session, Bill had a lot of questions about the new system that were difficult to answer. He viewed everything from his job as a sales manager. It's hard to think that salespeople should be evaluated on anything other than sales. Luckily, Robert and I were able to address his questions sufficiently, and he seems happier with the proposed changes.
I'm glad you were able to address his questions. And Robert, I hear you really contributed. You're really coming along great. The next thing we need to do is to write up a tech report. We need to describe what we were asked to do, what we did, and how the training sessions were taken by the employees. Christina and Nathan, why don't the two of you keep in touch with Janice to address any questions that come up from the employees later on? And Robert, you can start on the tech report, gathering all the information. Christina says you have really earned the chance to take on a little more responsibility. But for all of you, if we can get this done on time, I'm definitely going to be able to bump the quarterly bonus. So I think they're really going to appreciate this idea of behavioral feedback as opposed to just always being focused on the bottom line. All right, everyone, good work today. So I have one last thing before everybody leaves, and it's some very exciting news. You remember Janice? Well, she got in touch with me, and she was very impressed with the quality of the work we did for Auto Advantage. After seeing how effective the Raider training program was and how well the training worked for the employees, she's recommending to her upper management that the system and the training be applied to all their locations by us.
That's awesome.
This is great.
It's great.
Isn't it? Yeah, I'm very excited to continue our work with Auto Advantage. I think you guys did an amazing job, and I know you'll do even better with the next set of projects she sends our way. So I'm due to talk to Janice very soon, and after I do that, I'll get back to you with details. So congratulations, and thank you.
This is really
I'm
exciting.
really happy the pilot test went so well, and they're hiring us back.
Ark, thank you for being so encouraging throughout this process.
Yeah, I think things went as smoothly as they did because of your support.